We just drag the bot in here real quick so we can play some music.
All right.
How's your day been so far?
Pretty good. Pretty excited by all the comments and all the love around the EP.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, dude. I mean, you know how it is. Like after spending so much time on a project and
Exactly,
putting your
yeah.
soul into it, it's great to see that
hmm
people appreciate it and that they connect with it.
Exactly. And people want to be part of it too, which is the best
Hell
thing,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, and it's like super French theme, obviously. So a lot of French other French producers and French fans are obviously excited about it. So that's a bonus.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's
Is
good to see the
Pitch?
whole French thing. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't see him yet. He should be around.
Uh, because I don't want to start without him. It would not be.
I think he'll be
Oh,
here in a
the
second.
bot just left. Cool.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
there he is. Yeah.
I'm gonna invite Pitch to speak.
Two.
Hey.
Hey,
Is the audio good?
Yeah, it's all right.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Let me just while you guys talk, I'm gonna bring the bot in again. It's a nightmare trying to keep the bot in. It's has its mind of his own.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Do we have any
Ding, ding.
Frenchies in the place? What time is it in
Hmm?
France right now? What time is it in France?
Fucking 5 a.m. or something? Or 4 a.m.? I don't know. It's 9 more hours.
Perfect time to be awake.
Yeah, right? Perfect
Awesome.
time to like chill and not be bothered by anyone.
Awesome. There you go.
Hi,
All right.
Flowbot.
It's the bots here. Do you guys have anything to say before we jump into the first track?
Like,
Well,
so everybody can hear us right now or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will be chatting in the listening party text. There's a text channel right above the listening party, and
Mhm.
people usually chat in there about what we're talking about, pretty much. So
Yeah, I mean, before we listen to the whole EP, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Obviously, you guys are the very first one to hear the full thing. And as you know, we're French, and it was very important for us to do a project where basically we'd gather, the French scene and the French producers together to show what, the French sound is all about. And for some of you, maybe you've already seen that through the different titles of the tracks that have been put online. But basically, each song has a title that represents a place in France, in Paris, that is very important or dear to us. So maybe after the listening party, we can have a little chat about, each of these titles and what they mean for us.
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm down.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm like just
Um,
excited to like for you guys to hear it all. Like this EP fucking slaps. And it's just so stoked to have it out finally. So yeah, let's go. Enjoy.
awesome. Let me just change the settings on the channel real quick. But yeah, we're gonna use the voice text, not the listening party. Let me just hide that so people don't get confused.
All right.
Channel, save settings. Okay. Yeah, there should be only one now that we're gonna be using. All right, I'm gonna load up the first song, which came out yesterday on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yep.
It's her collab with Ivory.
Yep. The one and only.
Yep. And unfortunately, it's like 5 a.m. for them, so they couldn't join us. But we're gonna go through it right now.
That's
Let's
right.
go. you guys ready for the last drop? 4, 1, 2, 3, fight!
The core elements of what we were making 10 years ago are the same as today. It is legit out of France. The rest is history.
There we have it. I'm not sure what's going on with the bot connection or quality, but I don't know if I was the only one that it sounded really low quality for. Not
It
sure it was
sounds
the
like
same for
shit.
you guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me reset the bot. But meanwhile, I do that. Do you guys have any like story behind the collab that you would like to share?
Shit, yeah.
Actually,
We have a
yeah,
ton.
this is one of the collabs that we started obviously online during the first COVID stuff, and we did a tour in Europe in September, and we got to spend some time in the studio with Andy Ivory. So basically, this song has been written between here in Los Angeles in our studio, and then doing it online, and then going there and physically being together, basically to write like the second half of the song.
The second breakdown and like the last drop and stuff was all together, I think. So yeah, that was nice to actually not being like actually on Discord making music, because the most music has been done literally like sharing screen and stuff like that all together. But yeah, super stoked on this one. It's like very in your face, straightforward, a great opener for the EP. Really packs a punch. We really like took the time like to really, I don't know, like have fun with the sound design and make a track who was like, I don't know, like very brutal and powerful, but like easy access kind of like it's just like your big banger, big intro that anyone can play. So yeah,
Yeah,
super
it
fun,
was
very
probably
straightforward.
it was probably the easiest one to write out of the four, I'd say.
Yeah, correct.
It just like made sense. By
Gotcha.
the way, shout out to Ushu Bizo in the chat. Shout out to
Yes,
Scary. I saw him recently. Yeah, dude. We got some Frenchies in here.
those guys are in the chat, and Graphite, Sammy, a Simplifier, and Andy are sleeping. You're right, guys. Show them how we did exactly. This is the way it's supposed to be. It should be up. Damn,
Exactly.
put them a shame.
Yeah, I know Bizo is up all night, anyways.
Yeah,
Goes
true.
to
He's
bed
always up on that.
when the rooster. Reset the bot, Vish.
Yeah, I'm about to bring it back in. We have to join the other channel. Give me just a moment.
If you hear some sounds coming from me, I have my cat that's super close to the mic, so he may say something at some point.
Yeah, can't wait to ask your cat some questions. All right. Next up is the collab with Samplifier, which came out today. It made some noise on Twitter for sure. People weren't expecting something like that from the both of you. I mean, three of you, but let's check out Molitor. Molitor, how do you pronounce that?
Molitor in French, so Molitor,
Molitor.
I guess, yeah, in English. And Molitor is actually like, well, being French, we've been exposed to techno and the techno scene for a long, long time. And this is something that we've been wanting to do, and we've been talking about it with Pitch forever. Trying to make a bridge between dubstep and techno, and how to do it, because obviously there's been like a million psytrance-esque song that have been done in 4/4 drop and whatnot, and we wanted to go more like darker and more warehouse, and actually go into more techno sounds and the rumbly kick and everything like that. And we've seen and heard Sammy Simplifier doing some techno-y things as well. And when we did, because we did a first collab in your skull like 2 years ago maybe. And so when we knew we were going to work together again, we're like, all right, what do we do this time? And it kind of became pretty it made sense that we'd both team up to do this techno thing and see where that would take us. And we weren't sure exactly how we were going to make this happen within the song. And then when we wrote it, and I remember like writing the whole like techno breakdown and whatnot, and then having this techno drop and leaving it until the end of the song. And for a second, we're like, so what do we do? Like, do we actually go back to dubstep to finish the song, or do we stay on this vibe? And that's what we chose to do. And we wanted it to be really in your face, basically. And super happy once again with all the reactions that we got. And this is like one of the best things for us is we're obviously writing dubstep and we're releasing it on Disciple, and we're coming with this techno thing, and a lot of people were super happy to hear this. And it's great to see like that a lot of people are open-minded about different genres of music and texture. And so dude, mission accomplished.
I want to go on a limb and say that this might be the first one on the label, first techno drop, I would say, on the label. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a Disciple nerd wants to go and fact check me on that, but I'm gonna say it's the first. But yeah, before we talk more, we should definitely play the song first.
Let's go.
Do it.
1-2-1-2.
Sorry once again about the quality of the bot. I'm not sure why it's happening.
Literally, it's just a tease. We're trying to have you guys go listen on Spotify and make some play.
Yeah, pretty much. At this point, yeah,
It's a
change
new
the
marketing
server
strategy.
to change the server to where we all are, which is US West, but it doesn't seem to fix the problem. But I'm trying to fix the bot. I've been completely forgetting that we can bring in fans here and chat about what they liked about the song. So would you guys be down to do that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
If
of
you guys
course,
have any
yeah.
questions,
All right,
phone
let's
in.
bring in some fans that maybe have some opinions about the tracks we just listened to. Alpha Wolf, if you're in here. Hey, how's it going?
But they changed it. It comes up on the top now instead of inside of listening party.
Oh wow, I don't.
Yeah, so you have to go outside of the listening party tab and in order to see it at the very top.
All right.
For anybody else that joins.
Unnecessary Discord changes every week.
Yeah.
What? Tell us what you thought about the first two tracks.
So aside from hearing it all in mono on my end, I did fortunately get to hear this earlier for the first time on YouTube with a buddy, and we went fucking nuts.
Nice.
Like, I don't know if it's a French thing or if it's a Russian thing, but like the hard style kicks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you guys were gonna bring that in, and I think personally that would have been super cool too. But even without it, like, it's still without it, it has more of that like techno vibe you guys were going for, and I think you guys fucking nailed it.
Well, just wait for it. Just wait for the next track, and you'll see. You'll have all your answers.
Yeah.
But totally. That's that. Because I wasn't in the chat because my shit was fucked for a little bit, so I don't know what you guys were talking about before playing Molitor. So maybe I'm gonna repeat myself. But yeah, this one is very, very focused, like techno. But because it's 150 BPM and because we went really hard on the kick, because you gotta kind of find this balance to match the energy of like a stompy dubstep track. It can that's this like a very fine line between being like fast, hard techno, warehouse kind of kick. It's very close to like the hard style, like hardcore kind of stuff. So yeah, the limit is very, very thin. But yeah, trying to keep it minimal, and that was one of the biggest challenge I think, like to be able to match those two drops because they are literally the exact opposite. Techno is very minimal when dubstep is very maximal. So that was one of the biggest
it was
challenges.
actually quite interesting to restrain ourselves from adding layers and layers and whatnot. Because once you have your kick down, that takes all the low end space. Then basically you can add as many fucking percussion layers you want on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that too much, then it doesn't really sound like techno anymore. So it was more of an exercise of stripping down than adding up.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool to
that
do
like
for once.
that under what the fuck am I trying to say? The like the rumble of the kick.
Yeah.
Like that you guys nailed it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that was
man.
like thank you. That was one of the biggest challenge. We went back and forth with Sammy like so many times. We tried so many different kicks. Like,
Yeah.
It took a good minute. And still today we're like, okay, we still like sometimes listen to it like, oh shit, did we make the right decisions? Did we
Yeah.
But overall, after listening to it on different sound system and stuff, we're confident now. But yeah, it was it was the challenge.
It was super sick to hear something kind of different, like Disciples, like this, all these fucking knights on top of the ladder, and you guys bring in this like EDM techno, and I'm a huge fan of like hard style, like like even a little bit more modern techno, and it's super cool to see that you guys got to get that released on a big label like this.
No, this is awesome. Like we can. That's the awesome thing about Disciple is like literally like they don't really care. They're like we can do whatever the fuck we want. They're like always down with us no matter what. Like they're like, okay, bring on creativity. Like they trust us. They know we're gonna try to do it as best as we can. And but yeah, they're super down. So that's awesome. And techno was like it's kind of the thing even like throughout all the music we've been producing, but like being home so much that we had like a lot of people had the time to reflect on ourselves, on the music we're producing, on like what have been done, what our roots. And techno, it's really something we kind of needed to go back at some point. We tried a few times back in the days with like a really old track, like on the drum and bass BPM called Lottery. It's like a techno influence with a kick. We tried with another one, like a 140 BPM, like 2014. Like we did a remix for like Castlevania on Mastrap. Yep. But it wasn't quite there yet. On this one, really, it's been like, we're really happy with the result, and it was really important to bring that.
Yeah, and true story. Before being dubstep DJs, we were drum and bass DJs, and before that, we were techno DJs. Yeah. So it's kind of like going back to the roots and mixing it with the new stuff that we do, and it's super funny. First of all, it's super refreshing for us to write a song that is, as Pitch was saying, more minimal than what we usually do, because usually we bring on the guitars and all the sound design and whatnot. So it's cool to have something that with more air and play with that element, which is often forgotten in music. And going back to writing something different. That's something I feel like everyone should do. Try to go a little bit out of your comfort zone and discover what you can do.
Right. Yeah, and bring back your roots. And Sammy is the same. Sammy come from like a techno background too, and so that was like perfect match. And it was very like easy to like, I don't know, to be all okay on the project and stuff like that.
And, something important you said is that you were talking about hardstyle kicks and whatnot, and it takes knowledge to know the difference between a techno kick, a tech house kick, a hardstyle kick, etc. And with Sammy, we knew very fast what we were talking about. And we were on the same wavelength. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh no, like it was pretty easy to understand each other and know where we were going. And then it was just like trying a bunch of different kicks and see what worked best.
Yeah, but the process was very natural with him.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. You guys nailed it for sure. I think a lot more people should start going back to their roots for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the same thing kind of we did with a Blindfold. It's maybe not as obvious, but the intro is very like Prodigy kind of style. This is how we got like introduced like to like heavy electronic music back in the days, because there was one of the first band was like mixing metal and electronic music. So Blindfold was kind of like an intro influenced by this era of time and big beat and stuff. This one is techno. Gasoline was like very much like influenced by Rage Against the Machine and more metal and genty stuff. So yeah, it's been fun, like to try all those different things.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys can go to the next one or whatever. Vishal, I think this has been an amazing idea. Doing these listen parties, I've been here for all of them.
Yeah, it's been great, except for tonight for some reason.
Yeah, this fucking stupid ass plot.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining, man. And appreciate you coming on every week and sharing your thoughts about all the releases
that's
going
awesome.
on.
Yeah, of course. I will get out of here.
No, that's super important for like the culture and like for us, our community, to have like a strong base of people, like to be very much connected to each other. And this is just like social media and all those things for the most part really sucks, and I hate it, but like this is the great part of it. We can really be all connected, no bullshit, straight to the point, and share the love of what we do in this music.
Exactly, you're so right on the money for that one. I'm gonna try playing the next one real quick and see if the audio is still bad. Okay. I think what we might do if it's bad is we'll just restart the whole listening party, and hopefully everybody can come back and join us again. Let me play the next one real quick. Nope. Let me just restart the party. Hopefully you guys can join right away. I'm going to end the stage for everyone. Yep. Be right back.
All right.
holy shit, guys! You guys had no business going this hard. You
this
did
one
not
is
have to go this hard.
brutal. Yeah, we kind of
Yeah.
had to. With graphite, we had to.
Yeah, I
no
mean,
holding back.
Graphite is a mastermind. He's got big brain, and
Dude.
it shows.
Yeah, this shit goes hard. It's so satisfying. It was really satisfying to go ridiculously hard on those drops.
Exactly. And I just wish we could have enjoyed this in the best quality, but hey, people can enjoy it in the bestest quality in about 20 minutes when it's out in
Hell
SoundCloud.
yeah.
Or not
That's right.
SoundCloud, sorry, Spotify.
Spotify.
Um,
Hey, you know what? I'm reading the voice text right now, and I'm so happy that a lot of people, picked up on that train sample at the end. It's actually
Yes.
an actual sample of the metro in Paris, which has a very specific sound. So yeah, I'm happy that you guys picked that up.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you guys about that sample at the end.
That makes sense now. You know the backstory.
Yeah, that it adds up. It's like you guys planned it.
Yeah. But it's just like when we write music, not necessarily at the beginning or sometimes at the beginning or at some point, we like to it's very like cinematic for us. It needs to
Right.
put us in a certain vibe or something, and it's super fun to
Yeah,
add those
exactly.
little vibes at the end, just to make sure. So you are
Yeah,
going
and-
somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
To make it travel a little more.
adds like a soul to the song. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, it's dubstep, and to add those little details really is important because that just brings the story out out of the song pretty much. So
Yeah, totally. And people really listen to those tunes on the loud sound system and at gigs and stuff. But so many so many people listen to it on streaming and just like you said, in a playlist, it's just it's cool. It's nice to tell a little bit more of a story than just in
Right.
your face.
And
Yeah,
it's
and-
going back to that train sample, it's also a little wink, to our fellow Frenchies and Parisian, because basically, it's one of these sounds. Like if you grew up in Paris, you'll remember this sound your whole life.
Yeah.
right, and having that just adds to the bigger picture of the entire EP.
Yeah, exactly.
Being French themed, and those little samples, it's something that I noticed earlier when you guys sent the demos in, and I was like, yeah, it's like I was expecting more French samples, but in my American monkey brain, I was like, why are they speaking in French in the samples? And I mean, you guys did it right, and instead of just doing French samples in terms of somebody speaking French or something, you guys actually incorporated songs from France, right?
Yeah, and it's it was just to make it cool but not too obvious, or kind of. It's at the end of I don't know if we talked about it or not, I don't remember, but at the end of Bastille, there is a person who's speaking in French,
Right.
saying we've been doing this for 10 years and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, this person is actually Xavier from Justice. It's just during an interview, and he
They
has
did
such
at
a
Coachella.
huh?
Right.
It was after their set at Coachella.
That's
Wait, what?
awesome.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was an interview right after the set at Coachella, and it's just what he says is so on point with what we're doing today, and his thick French accent is just so funny. So, I mean, it's just so us that we're we gotta put this at the end, just as a little wink. So same thing with the Metro, Molitor with the techno part and stuff, and the story. Do you guys talk about the story behind the Molitor or not at all?
No, not really. I mean, we talked about the techno part, but we didn't talk about the name. And the name is the name of a swimming pool in Paris that was abandoned for years back in the early 2000s. And in 2001, the Heretic crew, which is a crew of hardcore DJs and
Yeah,
free
hardcore,
party
hard
DJs.
techno from back in the days, a leader of the free party movement, really
Yeah.
at the beginning with the raves, where everything was illegal and all of that. And so yeah, they took over this place, and it's not only a swimming pool like this. That's a hotel, a really old hotel. It was iconic in Paris. It's very old, a very important building. And like Charlie was saying, it was abandoned for 20 years. And those guys, and it's in the most expensive, poshiest neighborhood in Paris. So to pull that things, it was just insane back in 2001 to see 5,000 raver in the most poshiest, and it's like just imagine
Yeah,
a
it's like
5,000
obscure.
capacity rave in Beverly Hills, like
Yep.
in an old hotel. Like it was just like
That's
so incredible.
insane.
And
Yeah.
it changes it all. It was just mind blowing for everyone. Everyone was just talking about this, and the hotel is still like it's like renovated now. It's like a really cool place, and they actually pay tribute to that night in the hotel. They have like pictures of that raves and different graffiti that they used to have in this place. So that was once again another very cultural from like the underground scene in Paris. So that's another little
Yeah,
link.
it's super interesting. Yeah.
You can
Maybe
go
we should,
online. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, sorry. I was gonna say I should add the descriptions that you guys sent me in all the SoundCloud uploads. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah,
once we
I'll
get
send
off.
it
Yeah.
again. But yeah, you can
Yeah.
Google it. You just Google like Molitor 2001 and Heretics, and you'll see footage on YouTube and stuff. This rave was crazy. They had a full band like with like playing weird instrument and sparkling metal cutting tools. Yeah, it was insane.
That's insane. Yep.
So yeah, it was big for us. One of those key moments. Like it was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like some people can do that. Okay, we can do everything. You know what I mean? That was just like an
Yeah.
eye-opening potential. You're like, holy shit.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Well, let's
That's
bring
like
in
the chat. That's the swimming pool, the renovated right now.
Yeah.
There's a picture of it. So that's how it looks right now. But just imagine in there,
That's
a
awesome.
giant rave.
It's like an Olympic-sized swimming pool, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And it used to be covered in graffiti and whatnot. You know, it was
Mhm.
straight up abandoned. But yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna bring in somebody from the chat. Let's bring up Thomas S. If you're still here. Here we go. How's it going, Thomas?
Hello,
What's
it's
up?
going well. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good,
Where are
man.
you from?
I'm from the US,
Where about in the U.S.?
on the East Coast,
Okay.
Okay, let's be a little more specific.
South Carolina.
All right, now
Nice.
we're talking.
It's awesome. Thomas, what were your thoughts on the track we just heard? Haxo?
It's very good. With these headphones I have, it shakes my ears off. That's very good.
That's good. That's what you want, right?
Yes, and look, tons of tinnitus. Very good.
Absolutely, I can relate with you there. Do you have any questions for Dirtyphonics? Anything, even production related. I think we're open to that.
Hang out.
Yep.
How long did it take you guys to make this?
Like this,
To make this-
the specific track.
The entire E EP.
Oh.
Well, the thing is, our writing process and mixing process are pretty much combined. We can like do it at the same time. So, you know, at the end, when the song is finished, you know, we'll go back and spend, I don't know, maybe, 6 hours on listening and fixing some details in the stereo and the distortion, compression, whatever. But we can't say that we have like a huge, mixing or mastering phase because it's all done all along as we're writing. So, it's mostly like little tweaks at the end more than, okay, we're going to rework the whole thing to make it sound the way we want.
So you were asking about like how long it takes us to like write the entire EP or just mixing and mastering?
To write it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Actually, Haxo was the first song that we started. And we started, I want to say like 3 years ago now. 3 years ago,
Yeah.
we started that collab with Graphite. He sent us like the first things that we actually didn't, keep in the final song. But we've been through a lot of different stages. And to be fairly honest, we were busy working on other things then, and we actually started really writing. I want to say probably like May, April of 2020. So it's taken about a year, almost two. We also took our sweetest time because A, it was fucking COVID, so we had the time, and B, this is a project that is very important and dear to us. So we wanted to make sure that we took the time that we needed to write exactly what we wanted to write. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and-
understandable.
And it was like really important for us to be able to release the EP and be able like to tour and to be able to promote the track. So this EP was supposed to be out like almost like a year and a half or 2 years ago, but we just kept pushing it. So put it on the side, going back at it, put it on the side, and going back at it for every single of those tracks. And we all did that. But which is at the end of it, now listening to it, I'm personally kind of happy about it because it gives us really the time to like, oh, maybe we didn't touch this track in a month, and we did like other production for like different projects and stuff. And when you go back to it, you have such a more critical and more accurate, let's say, like a vision of it. You listen to it and you're like, okay, this part really sucks. It needs to get the fuck out of here. And so you just get really the essence of it. So that was a very long process, but because we kind of were forced to it. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing. It was very positive. But normally we don't take that much time to like write like 4 tracks, even with like 6 people. But yeah, it was in that case it was positive.
Well, yeah, what's cool is like now when we go back to like the earlier versions, you know, we can hear how the track evolved and when we made some critical decisions. And I guess it's kind of like, you know, call it a relationship or, you know, seeing a kid grow. It's like, oh, it start like this and you take it somewhere and then it kind of evolve by itself and it transforms. And when you see the final or hear the final form, it's really interesting to see what you thought it was going to be when you started and what it actually ended up being.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and then sometimes you can like listen back to it and get a different perspective.
Totally. Yeah, and actually being able to do this tour in Europe back in September give us the opportunity to play early versions of some of these songs.
True. Very true.
And listening to them, you know, on a big system and see the crowd reaction and whatnot was really important for us.
Yeah, be able to tweak stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I mean, not everyone talks about it, but it's kind of hard to write music in the middle of COVID because we write, you know, mostly super in-your-face, energetic music, and you know, there's so much energy you can share when it's, you know, the both of us in the studio or you by yourself behind your computer, and we really need that connection with the crowd and to see what the music creates, what reaction it implies on a dance floor.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I would probably think that since you went on the tour in Europe, you probably got some more inspiration from France.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. And be able to hang out with the guys, like not on Discord or not online, and be like physically all together and just like having fun and
talk. Yeah,
that made a big difference. So at the end of it, it's a great thing that they took so long.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And you have to make sure that at the end of the day, this is what you guys do and this is what your job is and stuff. So you have to really precisely plan out everything from a release to a tour that follows with the release. And
it's difficult to manage because you really want to like put music out, and you just really have to be patient and with yourself because this is all you want to do. You want to put music out, but if you don't promote it as best as you can, well, you know, it's just like, and after you look back, it's like, oh shit, and you start to question yourself. You're like, oh, did wrong? This track sucks. What the people didn't relate to it, and sometimes, so yeah, it takes time to just like craft every single aspect of like a music project to like put it out the right way. And it's always been very like nice and easy to do it like all together with Disciple. Just like everybody's the same mindset, trying to do the best as possible with each release.
Exactly.
And it shows. It really shows.
We love you, Vish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Well, Thomas, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts and asking some great questions. We'll continue with the listening party and play the last song here. We're almost there with the release actually coming out on Spotify, so hopefully we can get this out of the way before we can. Let's do it.
Perfect timing.
Take a bow, guys. Take a bow.
Well,
There it is.
I can promise you it sounds a lot better on Spotify.
Oh my god, please.
Yes.
Listen to this. You literally heard 50% of that EP. Like, this is so
Yeah,
like.
I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay, but it's just, yeah. It's gonna be so much better with the
Yep.
yeah.
We have 4 more minutes until it's out on Spotify. So
Sick.
let's bring in one more person before we can wrap this up and actually go listen to the EP on Spotify.
Nice.
Let's see. Invite to speak.
I feel you limitless. I agree.
Hey,
Yo,
we can barely hear you. If you could bring the mic closer to your mouth or like increase the volume or something.
hold on, because
Oh, yeah.
I have you guys on my headphones. That's why.
Oh, you
Okay.
good. That works now.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect to be added. Damn.
Well, you had your hand raised, so I brought you in. What were your thoughts on the EP? So now that we have heard the whole EP in low quality.
Well, when all the tracks drop, I'm gonna stream those on SoundCloud later.
Nice.
But when I heard the teaser, the ones that I was hyped for were the Graphite and Eat Craze tracks.
Nice.
And thing is, I actually like the Samplifier track more than I expected, actually.
Cool.
So, and heck, how long did it take you guys to make this entire E EP?
As we said to Thomas earlier, we started the process, let's say 3 years ago. I want to say that it took like a year and a half on and off.
Yeah, very much on and off. Like, yeah, definitely. So yeah, just because of COVID, like really like delayed everything. But yeah, it's there is no format, there is no recipe really. Every single tracks, every project are different depending on who you work with, what's your personal, I don't know, like life and level of like composition, and you know what I mean? Like everything, you never know. So you just go for it and just try to get the best out. And yeah, sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes 2 years. You never know.
Yeah, the thing that actually probably took the longest time was to jump back and forth between these collabs because, here there's like 4 or 5 different producers or 5 different groups of producers. And every time you work with someone, it's a different software, a different way of thinking, a different inspiration and whatnot. So it was kind of interesting to jungle and, go from, writing some hardcore hardstyle kicks with a Graphite and then, go to do some techno with a Samplifier and whatnot. So, yeah, that was a fun challenge.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was, and to be able to have like 6 people like agree and be okay with something is just like, it's a huge challenge. But at the same time, when you see like 6 people headbanging at the same time, okay, we got something strong. We're good. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it wasn't easy.
That's awesome
So I
to
guess
hear.
I guess my question is, which one? If I don't know if you guys are ever gonna do a third like remix competition again. Like, I'm not sure. Like, are you guys gonna start doing that thing yearly or something? Or
Well, I'm not sure what's gonna happen this year, but obviously, like it grew a lot. But we can talk about this some other time since we want to focus on the Dirtyphonics EP.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
But
sorry.
yeah,
No, it's-
we might continue doing that. Who knows? We still have ways to go. We don't really plan that far in advance. But yeah. All right, guys.
Actually,
It's 9 o'clock. Yeah. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just
That's
wanted to say
totally
a
right, yeah.
shout out to It Craze on the last song called Pantheon. We haven't really talked about that. You can
Yeah.
go, I guess, read the backstory about it on SoundCloud. But the Pantheon is a very important piece of architecture in Paris, where most of the very, very, very famous French people of all different kinds, politicians and artists and whatnot, are buried. And so for us, it was a way to pay homage to, our fathers of, in this case, electronic music, but in general.
Yeah, totally. And it's such an epic building too. The architecture is crazy, and yeah, like Charlie said, literally legends are buried there. Like writers, fucking Napoleon is buried there. Like singers, like people really shaped the culture of France.
French culture. Mhm.
So of French culture. So yeah, very
On
very.
this
sick place.
note,
Yeah.
now you guys all go to SoundCloud, all go to Spotify, and go have a
Spotify.
real fucking Spotify, right? And go have a real listen on good
SoundCloud
quality.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Make your neighbors
Yeah,
really mad and blast it all night long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you guys so much for doing this and joining us here.
And last thing tomorrow, whenever it's like fully uploaded on YouTube and SoundCloud, just please comment. Like we really want, if it's specifically like what, like we want to know what you guys thinking, even in really detail, even in a very nerdy way. That's like this helps. We are the core of that scene, and you guys hearing it, it means a lot, and it really makes the sound design and the composition and stuff like progress. So any constructive feedback is always very, very welcome. So yeah, just go hard, even if you don't like it, fucking say it, but like try to explain why and stuff like that. Everything helps. So yeah.
I guess before I have to leave, I guess, do you have any big tips for aspiring producers, I guess?
I mean, we're not gonna get like into anything technical or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like, like basically do not care about what anybody says. Like just do whatever feels good to you. It's really important this is the most important thing, to be in tune with yourself, and like to feel good about what you're putting out. Like that's the main focus, and it's exactly what's happening to us right now with that EP and doing those collab with the guys, and it just feels great. It's all positive energy that you put out in the world, and that's the most important. So just don't listen to anybody, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah,
And there is no rules.
Work hard, do you, and you will never be satisfied 100% with your song. So
For
don't
sure.
do that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just don't listen to anyone. Just do your thing.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me in, and I just need to say that you guys are legendary, including you, Vishal.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, I'm gonna quickly post a link in the announcements for the Spotify playlist. You guys can all go stream it. We're ready to just end the stage listening party here, and I want to thank you guys again for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
Any last
Thanks,
words
everyone.
from you guys?
Go stream the EP on Spotify. Put it on repeat, and hopefully we'll play a show near to you. And come and hang out with us, and don't don't hesitate to come and say hi. And love you guys.
And last little thing, because everybody here is like very, very VIP. We're not done. I'm just saying that we're not done with this concept thing, whatever you want to call it. It's just the beginning. So stay tuned. Yeah, I'm not joking. Like it's just we're not done.
Don't
We're
spill
not
the
done. We're
beans.
gonna come out swinging and keep putting out some new shit.
That's right.
Awesome. All right. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
You guys take care.
Bye.